SJ. Welcome to Mvskoke Radio, your weekly source for tribal and community news, interesting guests and discussions, plus a local events calendar.
Good morning, it's Jay, and hello. How's everybody doing? I know the voices sounded kind of different. Gary Fife is not here with us today. This is Darren DeLon. I'll be your host, and I got my co-host, who is?
Liz Gray.
Sorry, I had to put you on the spot right away, but there's a reason why we don't have Gary Fife here. I pretty much forced him to take the day off, and the big reason why is because he's celebrating his 25th wedding anniversary with his wife, Ramona. The two were married outside. Hopefully I can say this right. Minnehaha Park out in Minneapolis. It was in 1991. Ramona is an Ojibwe and is a member of the Leech Lake Reservation. So thinking about it, I'm thinking about this, but 25 years. Ramona, you're awesome. I mean, us here at Mvskoke Media, I mean, we can barely handle Gary for 8 hours a day. I mean, we don't take the hour lunch for work. We take the hour lunch from Gary. I mean, we're always like, telling them to take the day off. We're volunteering hours. I mean, we do a lot of good things. So Ramona, you had your work cut out for you, and but we're just kidding right here. Gary, you're a great guy. We know you and two are probably sitting there and enjoying y'all Star Wars in the Navajo language. So, but we want to congratulate both of y'all on the 25 years. An amazing, amazing achievement. Very happy for both of y'all. So enjoy your day. So, but other than that, let's go to what we have going on in this month of June. Liz, the festival. I mean, goodness. I mean, it is it's going crazy right now. It's just building up.
Yes.
So, yeah. You notice the festival. I mean, even though the bulk of it is on the fourth Saturday, but usually we got every weekend is something related to the festival.
Yeah. The adult 3-on-3 tournament is this weekend, which me and Jamie are volunteering, so I'm going to be there all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think the slow pitch tournament is also
pitch is going on, and so that was going to be both men, women, and co-ed. So I know they got a lot of teams right there, and I know a lot of players are going to be playing on both of those teams. So I know those brackets are already filled out. They're already ready to go, and I know they're going to be playing into the wee hours of the morning. So I know that starts Friday. And then also we have something that's coming back to the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival is the tennis tournament.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know a lot of people around here. We notice that a lot of them don't play tennis, or they don't talk about it, but really they do. I mean, there's a big following, especially a big following in the Mvskoke Creek Nation. I spoke with Vicky Tate, who's a coordinator, and then also the one of the guys that brought it here in the 1980s, mid-80s, yeah, David King. Him and he was telling me stories about whenever they brought the tennis to the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival. I mean, just what they had to do, how they had to get it ready, and it just developed a following. Well, eventually, about 2001, the tennis tournament, just kind of like they took a break from it, and then of course this year, I guess they just wanted to bring it back up. Vicky Tate worked out a budget, and they brought it back.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very, very happy for them. The one great thing about it is, whenever I talk to her, and hopefully this hasn't changed. If not, Vicky, please update me if you're listening to this. They're taking players all the way up to that day. I think it's just $5. So so hopefully if y'all feel like y'all can break those tennis rackets out, come on out there and play. I mean, enjoy the sweltering 100 degrees Oklahoma weather. It'll be this Saturday, June 15th, along with slow pitch. Slow pitch will start Friday, June 15th. It'll be Saturday, June, if I'm not mistaken, 18th. Saturday, June 18th for the tennis and the basketball. Slow pitch will start the 17th, June 17th. But let's, before I mess up on any more of my other dates, let's go back to what started out the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival, which is the Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation pageant.
Yes.
And I hope I said that right.
Yes.
Okay, and that was held June 4th, like I said, the first weekend, and of course we have our winners, and I'm going to have Liz introduce them, and they're going to be talking here for a little bit.
Yeah, we have the 2016-2017 Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation Brittany McCain, and we also have the junior miss, Maddie Lamb, here. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Y'all can get closer to the mic. I mean,
Yeah.
we know y'all's already princess now, so y'all can keep talking. It's okay.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about so far. I mean, I know it's just a couple weeks or, starting, but how is it going so far?
Well, today has been my first day as Miss, going around and making appearances and talking to people. And it's been pretty busy. It's only like, 10 a.m.? So we've been pretty busy today. So it's definitely, it's fun. I enjoy it so far.
Yeah, and this is my second day as junior miss, or like the second appearance that I've done. Last week I came to Native Vision and just hung out with some of the kids and stuff, and that was really cool. But we've had a fun time.
Brittany and Maddie, where y'all both live at, or where y'all from?
I am from Little Axe, Oklahoma, which is just east of Norman.
And I'm from Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
What made y'all want to try and go for Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation and Junior Miss?
Well, I first considered it at Oklahoma Unity Days when I spoke with Rachel, who's former Miss, and that was
Rachel Sourjaw?
Yes.
Okay.
And I considered it then, and then I made my decision later on. But I really just wanted to be able to represent the nation and go around and be just meet people from the nation and serve as best as I could and have a platform to make a difference. So that's why I wanted to run.
And the reason I wanted to run for this is because my Boja, he really got me interested in all of this. He started getting me more informed on our culture and just our tribe, and I wanted to make a difference, and I believe that I can do that with this.
Okay, all right, awesome. So how are you excited for the festival right now, or do you have anything specifically that you're looking forward to?
I'm super excited. I really am excited for the softball tournament. I love softball, so I'm excited to watch everybody who comes out to play and just to see all the great sportsmanship out there. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
We need to put her to the test, have them go out there and play softball with the crowd.
Like last year?
Yeah, we could try that out.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I think I'm most excited for the festival and just getting to meet all kinds of new people and talk to other tribes and everything.
Yeah, you get to go go all around Oklahoma. You even go outside of Oklahoma. You're going to get to go maybe Georgia, Gathering of the Nations. There's all kinds of opportunities there, being missed to represent the Creek Nation. Brittany, I was there at the pageant, and I heard that you studied anthropology at the University of Oklahoma. How do you think that you could apply your studies into your reign?
Well, my focus is sociocultural anthropology, so it is focused on studying cultures and such, and I think that applying that to my reign, I would like to observe how we are special as a culture, what is special about our Mvskoke Creek culture, and I don't applying anthropology to it. I apply it every day. I just pay attention how people are, but I'm not really sure. I think that I would definitely not necessarily apply it to my reign, but take what I learned from my reign back to when I study in school. So
write some awesome research papers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you said you were excited for softball. Have you ever played softball before? I mean, did you play in high school or?
When I was younger, I played up until about 7th grade, but after that I just kind of focused on school, but I still enjoy watching it and definitely just seeing the athleticism involved.
Brittany and Maddie, both back to the being the princess now. With being a princess comes a big responsibility. You're basically the ambassador for the Mvskoke Creek Nation, and it's an amazing feat, and I'm very, very happy to be able to sit here right beside y'all. That's amazing to see that. But how do y'all feel? I mean, like what Liz said, y'all's going to be going to all these different places and representing us. I mean, how does that feel? They're speechless. They're speechless, ladies and gentlemen. They're quiet. Yeah.
No, it's very humbling. With as big of a responsibility that it is, I think that the opportunity to go out and meet new people and represent our nation, it is absolutely, I feel very honored to be in this position, and I'm very excited for what the next year will hold and the things that I can learn and the impact that I can have. And being a role model for younger girls, that's so important to me, to uplift other females, uplift other women and girls, and I'm really excited to do that in this role. So
Great. Maddie?
Yeah, I'm really excited just to take everything, like learn from other people and take back what I learn into like not only our tribe but like my community and getting to represent our tribe.
Mm-hmm. So whenever are y'all going to be what all the places are you going to be at for the festival? Like where y'all going to have to be, where y'all going to have to go?
Wherever our chaperones tell me.
Yeah.
And who are the chaperones?
This is Luann, our head chaperone. So, and I know Nancy Mason, and I'm not sure about all the rest of them, but haven't really gotten to go many places yet. But I'm sure by the end of my reign, I'll know them well.
I know they're probably going to be working out in shifts. Like Luann's going to probably take the 10 to 12. She's going to take the 12 to 2. And I know how they work. So. But we're going to go ahead and get this one wrapped up. We want to tell you congratulations to you both for such an achievement, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all for this upcoming year for as y'all's first time in the royalty. So again, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little quick break, and we're going to come back and we're going to do a little Q&A with my co-host Liz Gray. So please stay tuned to Mvskoke Radio on 1240 The Brew.
Who am I? Am I Indian? Just 'cause I'm a girl from the res, don't make things up about me. What if I move away? Then who am I? Some kids try meth just to escape, but then I think about my grandma, my little brother, my beadwork, my poetry, and I think, I like who I am, and I know meth is not for me.
Check out ncai.org, a message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Nearly 22 million women and girls and nearly 1.6 million men and boys have been raped in their lifetime, probably by someone they know. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, confidential support is only a phone call away. Contact the Mvskoke Creek Nation Family Violence Prevention Program at 918-732-7869 and ask to speak to an advocate. Services are free and open to the general public.
Welcome back to Mvskoke Radio on 1240 The Brew. I am Darren DeLon. I'm sitting here with my co-host Liz Gray. We just got through speaking with Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation, Brittany McCain, and Junior Miss Maddie Lamb. Such a great accomplishment that both of them were able to do. They both won the Mvskoke Creek Nation pageant. But I'm also going to be speaking to, right now we're going to speak to my co-host Liz Gray, who works in our graphic design department for Mvskoke Media. But another cool thing about her is she was also a Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation princess. Can you tell us what year were you princess?
2008, 2009. Right out of high school.
What made you want to be?
I don't know. I feel like almost like everyone wanted me to. Like I worked for JOM whenever they were when Virginia Thomas was over the pageant, and what was his name? David Gash. Mm-hmm. He used to work there. I remember he's like, how Creek are you? You should consider running. And I was like, I don't know. I'm tomboyish. I'm not very ladylike. I can dress like a lady, but I don't know about, representing. And then I had my JOM. What was it? The coordinator for Morris High School, Sonia Rock. She used to work there and be the coordinator. She kind of was just like, here's the application, fill it out. And of course my mom was like, do it. Yeah. Do it now. So, I kind of threw myself out there. I'm not a very public speaking type of person. So it was just kind of like, well, let me just try it out. Let me see if I can even try to do this. And it just so happened I could.
And apparently a great thing too, because of course you won. And what was that feeling like, that getting that crown put on your head? And
I found a video in our archives, and it was just like a little clip of whenever I won, and you see the confusion on my face because I only had 3 people. There's 3 people total that ran for Miss that year, and they announced second runner-up and then first runner-up. And they said the other girl's name, and you could see me kind of process. And I looked to my family, and they're like, you won, like you won. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, how did this happen? It was just so unreal to me that it even happened because I wasn't expecting it. You know, I tried to do my best, and I guess my best worked.
Yeah, apparently it did, yes. You know, I mean, with, you know, getting that crown, you know, being awarded the winning the Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation pageant, that was only the beginning.
Yes.
You know, that was only the beginning. You had to go to a lot of places. Tell me some of the places that you, you know, went to whenever you was a princess, and then what were some of the places, your favorite places, some of them that stood out?
Well, I went to, I think it was the Cherokee and the Choctaw, and I think maybe the Chickasaw. I went to their pageants whenever they were crowning their new Miss that year, and so I went to Georgia, and that was probably my best experience, was Georgia, because, you know, it's our ancestral grounds, and I went to like the highest mound, you know, like had my mom, dragging my mom up there. I was like, I need to get up here. I want to see everything. And it's amazing. You know, you think of like, this is where we came from. This is why I'm here, is because someone was here before. And it was funny because, you know, there's not really any natives there. You know, it was, you know, just a mix of everyone but natives. And so whenever I showed up, they were like, look, it's a real Indian princess. And I was like, this is weird, because being from Oklahoma, where we have like one of the greatest native populations, you know, I'm like, I'm not even that dark. I'm not even like that native, you know, in my mind. So
that's all going to change this summer.
yeah. I went out once and I'm already pretty brown.
Yeah.
So, but I went to the Gathering of the Nations, and that was really fun. I love New Mexico. I fell in love with New Mexico. I was like making plans to move there at one point because I just fell in love with it, because I don't know why I like the desert so much. But it was great, like seeing all that powwow, just everyone, you know, just a sea of people, and they're all native, and it's great.
Were they, at the Gathering of the Nations, like you said, there's like a sea of people, thousands upon thousands of people. Did they recognize you? Is it like the Mvskoke Creek Nation princess? Did they make you stand up and say a speech or anything like that?
No, I think that what we went to, what is it, Miss Indian World? I think that's why I was there in the first place, and there was, you know, Choctaws were there, and you know, we all kind of like, when all of this royalty comes together for this pageant, it's like, oh, hi, how are you? You know, you meet all these different tribes that, for me, you know, I'm not like an expert on all these tribes, so whenever I see them, I'm like, I'm going to remember that now. I'm going to remember, you know, this person. And I really like the Navajos, because they're, you know, pretty dominant in New Mexico. But it was just interesting also for the Miss Indian World, because, I mean, so many different, you know, cultures and how they do stuff and how their demonstrations and stuff. Yeah. That was really great. But I mean, I don't think anyone really recognized me like, oh, there's Mvskoke Creek Nation, you know. But I mean, I tried to make an effort to make us known.
I'm pretty sure somebody like noticed you or took notice right away. You know, we're speaking with Liz Gray. She's one of my co-workers at Mvskoke Media, and she's been on the air with us a few times. And of course, like with everybody, like with Gary, I mean, everybody knows about Gary Fife. Everybody, well, whenever I talk or read my columns, or people read my columns, you know, they'll know a little bit about me, but we don't know a whole lot about Liz. I mean, she's Liz.
A mystery.
Yeah, I mean, the graphic design, they do a lot of work. I mean, they're making folders, everything, and poster designs, doing a lot of things. They're getting our name out there, and Liz is one of the reasons why. And we got a great department. But Liz, could you do us a favor and just tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
About myself?
About yourself, you know.
Well, I mean, I am 26 years old. I have gotten mistaken already. I went to that Native Vision, got mistaken for Summer Youth, and I was like, oh, well, thank you, you know, but I'm 26. Add about 10 years onto that. And I love to volunteer. I love to volunteer, especially with the youth, you know, and I had a friend, they were like joking with me, like, oh, why would you ever want to do that? And I was like, because not a lot of people show up, you know, for these kids, and I want to be one of those people that show up. I have 2 kids of my own. I have 2 boys, and that's one of the biggest things, you know. I don't want them to feel like no one showed up for them. And that's a big part of me. I think this really comes from my mom, because my mom, she used to be a JOM coordinator, and, you know, I love Challenge Bowl. I like the Native Vision. You know, try to do as much as I can, and I think that's really special to me. And then another thing about me is that I love softball. I watched the OU championship. I mean, I was yelling and clapping, and Abel, my youngest, he was just sitting on my lap clapping with me, but then whenever I was clapping, Kingston was covering his ears. Like, it's too loud, it's too loud.
They're both two cute little kids. I mean, I got to see them both. They're great. They're full of energy. They'll make you run all over the place. I mean, I just get tired watching them. But, that's what I was going to ask. I know you like softball. I've played against you. I think I've been on your team maybe once, but I played against you quite a bit. But I was going to ask, I know you said you were volunteering at the 3-on-3 basketball tournament, but are you going to be playing at all for the slow pitch or either the fast pitch that's coming up?
I'm not going to be playing this year. I have kind of like a shoulder injury this year. I'm limited mobility. I think I got asked in May. I usually play for Jerry's crew. That's usually my team that I play with, but I think this year I told him, I was like, I need to take a little break because I need to get my body in healthy condition, because it's hard to even lift my kids, I can't imagine playing sports, playing softball, but I miss it. I miss it a lot. I'm going to miss it this year. I'm probably going to be out there sweating watching it this year.
Yeah, hopefully within no time you'll be back out there.
Yeah.
We do a little quick thing. Speaking of the festival, we want to kind of bring this up, and we'll bring it up at the end of the festival too. We're going to be doing a broadcast day change, and of course, us here at Mvskoke Media for Mvskoke Radio, and also Stan the Joke Man here at 1240 The Brew. We're going to be doing a one-time only change. It's going to be during the festival, and we're going to be doing it live from the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival grounds. It's going to be moved. The radio show program is going to be moved from Wednesday, June 22nd to Friday, the 24th. I hope I said that. Hope that's the right day. We have it listed right here.
You need a calendar.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be at the same time at 10 a.m., but like I said, we're going to be on location this time, and of course, it'll be on 1240thebrew.com. The great thing about it is we're going to be right there. I mean, whenever they're setting up everything at the festival, the carnival, we're going to be right there, so you're going to be hearing all the noise and the sounds in the background.
I love the sound of the festival.
Exactly, yeah, and especially we're just going to be there for that. I mean, we know the day before that is the stomp dance.
Yes.
So we're going to...
The kickstart.
Yeah, that's going to kickstart the festival, the main part of it, and so please feel free. I mean, if you're listening to us today, you feel like you want to come out there and be a part of that background noise, more than welcome to. We're going to be trying to talk to anybody that we can. Hopefully we're going to try and get a wireless mic. I know Stan's going to be doing a lot of stuff with 1240 The Brew. It's going to be a great thing, and we want y'all to be a part of it. So please feel free. Is it next week or is it? Next week is the next Friday. Will be the on location at Mvskoke Creek Nation Clark Cox Omniplex. We're going to be out there, and it'll be at the same time at 10 a.m. So. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little quick break, and we're going to be coming back with Larry McCoy with the Indian Nation Finals Rodeo. I might have said that wrong. All they gave me was an abbreviation, so I had to hope for the best. But Larry McCoy, he's going to be handling the Region 8, the rodeo that's going to be going on this year for the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival. We're going to talk to a few him and a couple of the guys that he brought in, and we're going to hear about the rodeo and what goes on with it. So please stay tuned to Mvskoke Radio on 1240 The Brew.
Hear that? That's the sound of Hope being killed by meth. Methamphetamine use is causing huge problems in our community. Hear that? That's the sound of something you can do about it. Events like rodeo, res ball, and family time can help keep kids away from meth.
Talk to your kids. Keep our culture alive. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
More at ncai.org.
Who am I? Am I Native? I don't want people assuming things because I'm Indian. I just want to be me. But how do I live in two worlds? Some guys just check out by doing meth. But that ain't for me. Because I see my family, my friends, my drum making, my future. There are a lot of cool things about being who I am, and meth isn't one of them.
Learn more at ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians. Who am I? Am I Indian? Just 'cause I'm a girl from the res, Don't make things up about me. What if I move away? Then who am I? Some kids try meth just to escape. But then I think about my grandma, my little brother, my beadwork, my poetry. And I think, I like who I am. And I know meth is not for me.
Check out ncai.org, a message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Welcome back to Mvskoke Radio on 1240 The Brew. My name is Darren DeLon, and I'm with my co-host,
Liz Gray.
And now we're going to be speaking to another thing that's a big, pretty much a staple hold of the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival, which is the rodeo. I mean, it's always very popular. We always got a bunch of great people that come out there. A lot of people in the stands. A lot of great cowboys and cowgirls, and just everything that you can bring to a rodeo. These are the guys that do it. So I want to introduce Larry McCoy with the INFR. How you doing today, Larry?
Great. It's great to be here.
Larry, can you tell us a little bit about what the INFR does, please?
The INFR culminates with a finals rodeo at Las Vegas in November. That's our finals for the Indian National Finals Rodeo. This is Native American cowboys. You have to have a card to be involved in the association. We are Region 8 of the INFR, the Indian National Finals Rodeo. Region 8 covers 7 states in this local area. Mm-hmm. And we get cowboys from all over, Indian cowboys from all over that participate in the standards of rodeo. Our youth section, we have a youth section. One thing that's a little different about our association is we have youth and we have senior adults that still participate and are a part of the rodeo. And they all get an opportunity to become world champions at the Indian National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas every November. And we have great representative from this area. We sent 39 cowboys out there last year. Of those 39, we had 4 world champions.
Wow.
Nice.
Two-time world champion, breakaway roper, Brenton Hall. Dylan Sherrick win our calf roping. And just these boys just had a great time. And we had, and one of our local, we're really proud of one of our local Creek boys, Ryan Roberts, who competes in the bull riding, mm-hmm. was the number 2 guy at the finals last year. And I brought along with me today some good friends that are part of rodeo. Mr. Roy Roberts, who has helped me prepare and helps me prepare almost daily the opportunities for our local cowboys, and a former world champion, Mr. Jack Foreman. Mm-hmm. And Jack will tell you a little bit about when he won the world championships in the areas that he participates in, and he's also participated in all areas because he's an all-around champion. And last year was the Region 8 champion in the team roping, senior team roping, and he's going to be competing out here this weekend, or next weekend it is, 24th and 5th, along with other world champions. We have world champion PRCA header coming in for the team roping. Mm-hmm. We'll be participating out here next week. So we'll have lots of world champion cowboys, not only our Indian world champions, but also PRCA and other region world champions. It's going to be a great weekend for rodeo.
It's great to hear. It's great to know about that. You were bringing up like some of the events that you talked about. Whenever it comes to rodeo, I'm used to hearing like saddle bronc, barrel racing, bull riding. That's one of my favorite events to always watch. And with you brought up one that was you said breakaway, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, unfortunately, and I deeply apologize to y'all three. I guess that's the first time I've heard that one. So
I'm going to give you a little bit of history. The past few years, probably the past 20 years ago, team roping became a really big part of rodeo. You got a header and a heeler, and you're out there on the prairie, and I can remember those days out there on the prairie. A friend of mine asked me, said, I need to catch a cow, I need to doctor a cow. And we go out there, and it's 5 degrees below zero, and you've got to rope that old mean cow around the horns and get her around the feet to get her to where you can handle her and give her medication and whatever you need. And that became team roping. Mm-hmm. That's a great thing. In the past few years, the girls have come around and said, look, all we do is chase around these cans. And it's speed. It's speed, and they have to have a lot of heart to do that kind of thing. We want to do a little bit more. You know, we rope. We're pretty good at it. And so there came a part of roping, said, ladies, let's see some more of your speed events. And they started doing breakaway roping, where they run out there and they rope a calf, and that tie knot on their saddle horn breaks away, and they can do this in the area of 1.9, 2.2 seconds.
Wow.
Fast.
And it'll get quick. The ladies, instead of jumping out there and having to tie those 300-pound calves down, they said, we don't want to break our nails on things like that, but we want to be a part of roping. So it came in that we have ladies breakaway, and it's a great thing. Both the ladies and the youth, and we've allowed it in our seniors area so that the seniors can continue to rope, and they don't have to get down and wrestle those 300-pound calves. So
that's one thing I was going to bring up too about the other. I mean, I'm not going to say the other events, but you know, you brought up youth events and then also the senior events. You know, there's kind of a great thing that y'all are doing right there, especially with the seniors. You know, a lot of them they're not going to admit it, but I'm 36. I'm slowing down. I know that for a fact. And but they're not going to admit it, but they still want to do it. So, what is it like? Whenever y'all introduce the senior events back, how was that turnout right there? Whenever they say, "Hey, we can still do this." What was that like?
You know, I'm pushing a little bit of age myself, and when we talk sometimes, I refer to it as smoothmouth events. Well, that's a cow. That's a cow or a horse that's a little past age, and they lose their teeth. So we get smooth, but it's a great thing. Our participants, our membership loves it. You just don't want to quit. You're part of a family and an organization that you want to continue to see from week to week and day, and you just don't want to quit. Yeah, our bodies start to hurt a little bit more. There's a smell of Bengay and dropping Tylenol bottles from here to there, but we don't want to quit. Just because our bodies are getting a little older and out of shape, our minds don't quit, and we don't have any desire to quit. And we crown national champions in those events, those senior events also. And I've got Mr. Jack Foreman here right now, and I tell you what, I'm happy that I can call him friend. Mm-hmm. And let me just let Jack speak on that a little bit.
So wait, before Jack does, so what to expect at the rodeo is the smell of cow manure and Bengay and Tylenol bottles all over the place. So everybody who's going to be watching this is something to look forward to.
And they'll be out back at the corrals doing shots of Metamucil.
Jack, how you doing today?
I'm fine. Thanks for having us this morning.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you started in the rodeo, and are you going to be in this year's rodeo at the Creek Nation?
Yes, I've participated down here about every year they've had the Indian rodeo down here. I live in Bixby, mm-hmm. and my whole family is involved with rodeo and everything, and I've been to the finals in the Indian finals and participated out there a few times, and I always look forward to coming to the Creek Nation rodeo. They always put on a good rodeo and a lot of a good competition down here.
What events were you? Did you
I team rope and used to rope calves. Now I team rope and I'm in the breakaway roping, as you were saying.
Breakaway rope. Okay.
It's a little harder to get off and get on anymore, so I just do the breakaway roping.
Mm-hmm.
Used to rope, world champion calf roper, former world champion calf roper. Wow.
But that's when I could get off my horse a little quicker too.
What is like? Now y'all were saying that. There's also a senior finals in November in Las Vegas. Is that correct?
It's right along with the regular finals. They have the events right there at the Las Vegas with the open roping and the riding events also.
What is like the competition? Say like in the finals, but also can you compare that competition to on the same level as what you're going to be seeing at the Creek Nation Festival?
Yes, very much so. See, in the senior events, you have to be over 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So we have people ranging from 50 to 70. Wow. So, as we get older, we're not as agile or as flexible as we were when we were 25 or so. So this gives the older people opportunities to participate and be a part of the rodeo, and it's something everybody looks forward to in the senior events.
Process that, everybody. 70 years old. There's people still out there 70 years old that are doing rodeo. So that just lets you know that you can do it. I mean, you can still do it. I mean, yeah, you might be a little bit slower, but so what? Just get it done. Just get it done, keep it going. That's amazing to hear. What are you expecting to see at this festival, Creek Nation Festival this year for the rodeo?
The competition will be extremely tough in every event. We have people from all over the country coming to our rodeo, and our region has been numerous champions from our region have been there, and we'll have the calf roping champions, we'll have the bulldogging champions, the barrel racing champions here, and it's always good. They always have good competition. The stock will be good. It'll be a great rodeo.
You know, take me back to your. You know, we were told by Larry here that you're a former world champion calf rope. You know, when were you? When was you the world champion? And you know what? Tell me about that time. You know,
well,
whenever you.
Mr. Arrington, Bob Arrington, he was a member of the board of directors then, and that was probably in the early '80s. When that was going on, and Bob and several of his friends got together and decided they wanted to have a Indian association that would be just for the Indian cowboys. And he got the rodeo started it was in Albuquerque for a while, and always the Creek Nation Rodeo was a top of the line rodeo for that. And I went out there and roped, and I was fortunate enough to win the calf roping 3 times, and then I was all around once. But I've been back a few times in the team roping, and I've went to rodeos all my life, and I just really enjoy it. You know, not only to the Indian rodeos, I've gone to the IPRA rodeos, the URA rodeos, just all the rodeos in our region mostly.
That's amazing. You know, with other sports, you know, say football, soccer, basketball, you know, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of dedication. You know, with calf roping, you know, I mean, I bet you it does take the practice too, but like, what do you like, you know, practice on? I know you got to practice the rope, throwing that rope, you know, but, you know, like jumping off your horse, getting down there and tying them up. Do you have to do all that, and is that like repetitious?
Yes, you practice roping around the neck, but the hardest part is practicing getting off your horse and flanking and tying, and that's where the hard work comes, because you spend many hours flanking and tying, getting where you can run down the rope and not make mistakes, and it's really a speed sport too. I mean, they tie calves real fast anymore.
And that calf's still moving, no
yes.
matter what. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I always saw.
Exactly.
So he's trying to get away no matter what you're doing. I mean, you know, with I just went blank there. My apologies there. But you know, y'all brought up earlier about the senior ages from 50 to 70, but one of y'all can answer this one. But there's also youth group. I mean, you said you brought up youth. What are the ages of that, and like what what events would they be participating in?
We have Pee Wee barrels that you know, there's 3-year-olds riding these big, strong horses.
Wow.
And the Pee Wee barrels, we have our mutton busters, of course, and they start out about 2 or 3 soon. As long as they can get on and hold on, they go. We were talking about the age groups. T.O. Yazzie, we were talking about the Ben Gay era. T.O. Yazzie's 56 years old, and he'll get up and he'll ride a saddle bronc horse. And he was our last year region champion, and has qualified to the national finals 26 years, I think, in a row. Great young 56-year-old man. The level of competition. Aaron Sinigeni is Professional Cowboys Rodeo Association, PRCA, Navajo young man that will be at our rodeo, and he competes in our rodeos, in the Indian National Finals rodeos, and he's the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association world champion header. So we have world champions, not just Indian National Finals world champions, but the best of the very best that will participate here at the Creek Nation this on the 24th and 25th. We have great cowboys, great caliber cowboys that will give a tremendous show in what's going on. And you just like the bull riding, because of conditions and situations, we'll have 17 bull riders go Friday night and 18 bull riders go Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a group. We're also having the relay race. We'll have 4 teams go on Friday night, and we'll have a championship round on Saturday night. So there's a little bit of variety of all to be had there. But of course, we love our rodeo. We go up and down the road every day. A group of our cowboys left just this morning to go up into Canada to Indian rodeos, and then swing back through Wyoming, and hopefully they're showing back up next Friday as they already have their positions drawn for Friday and Saturday night next week. So it'll be quite a show and quite a trail.
Wow. You know, you were talking about earlier, this region covers 7 states. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What states are covered, and I guess will there be cowboys and cowgirls from those states that are going to be here?
From all over. Region 8 is actually Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and neighboring Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's Indians from Indian cowboys from all over these states. But generally, when we have a rodeo like this, that is this size, and it's been the same way with the Creek Nation Rodeo. They love to come to the Creek Nation Rodeo, and generally we'll have, I think roughly last year when I got my statistics back, we had 29 different states represented, 38 different tribes, and 2 Canadian provinces.
Wow.
So that's what we will see as they come in, and we're a little bit different cowboy. We've got native blood, and we really enjoy that part of it. That our fraternity is a little closed, but it's a great fraternity also, and we love it. And we love coming to the Creek Nation. It's a tremendous rodeo for us. It always has been. We've sponsorship and the folks over here have always been real good to us, and our cowboys love to come back here.
Yeah, that's great to hear. You know, say for instance, cowboy comes up here and competes at the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival. You know, does not win. Can he go to another one of your rodeos within the Region 8 and still try and qualify for the finals that are going to be in November?
Yes. We have a number of rodeos during the year. Qualifications for those rodeos, of course, is point system. There's 2 different ways to qualify. You can qualify through points in the region rodeos, and you qualify by money earned during the tour rodeos. This is a tour rodeo. It was Perry Anderson's dream that we could match what some of the Canadian provinces do for our tour rodeos, and that's added money for the events.
Mm-hmm.
Though the northern tribes were putting in a lot more added money, they were qualifying a lot more of their cowboys because they're higher added money, and it was always Perry's dream for the Creek Nation to add more money so that more of our cowboys could qualify. And the opportunities for the end of the year, we've got a number of rodeos set for the end of the year, and preparation for those, and you meet the qualifications, plus the tour rodeos and the added money and the point system can get you to the national finals, and there's still opportunity for that, even if a cowboy hasn't attended a rodeo yet this year.
Mm-hmm. You know, you're bringing up that on the youth, you know, you had some that were young as 3 years old, and I'm just telling you that right now, they're a lot braver than I am whenever it comes to that. What events, could you repeat that again? What events do the 3-year-olds, what did they participate in?
I'm about to strap my little one onto a sheep right now.
It's amazing that they do strap them on to sheep, and they want to get on, and we'll have the mutton busting out there, Pee-wee barrels. Pee-wee barrels, those kids are as young as 3 years old riding those big thoroughbred horses, and it scares me absolutely to death, but they get on and they make rides that I can't make any longer. And it's just a great thing to watch them to grow up. We have opportunity to watch them grow up and become young ladies, and it's just a fantastic thing to see them gain responsibility, and those kids, just country kids and rodeo family, grows up a little differently than the rest of the world. And we're fortunate enough that when we go somewhere, when we go to a state far away, then we've got rodeo family there, and we know that, and we stop over and we visit, and they will be participating in those events. We'll have youth bulls, and those boys are a little bit older. They're riding 1,000-pound bulls, so they're a little bit older. But primarily in the Pee-wee divisions and our junior divisions in the roping division, we've had a young man, Brenton Hall, was 2-time world champion breakaway roper, and that goes up till about they're 15. They start at whatever age they want to start at, and some of those kids are starting at 3, 4, 5, and 6. I was in Peridot, Arizona a few months ago with Mr. Roy Roberts, and every little Navajo Apache kid out there was packing a rope. And we looked around and we said, it's not just the boys, it's the girls. But Aaron Sinigeni had just won the PRCA World Championship, and he's Navajo. And they love him out there. And every one of those little kids is packing a rope around there, and if you don't watch it, they're roping your feet and tipping you on your nose. So those kids are really coming on, and there's those reservation kids, giving them something to do, giving them an appreciation and goals for life that will carry on through life. And I think if you spoke with Aaron Sinigeni, he will tell you that very thing. He never thought about having the opportunity that he has now, and being in the places that he is now as a world champion, and coming off of one of those reservations. But the opportunity is there. There's always a cowboy that's willing to help, and if those kids are there and they want an opportunity to step up and ask one of those cowboys, I guarantee you somebody will show you how to rope and help you get there.
I mean, with the youth, like I said, as young as 3 years old, is that making, like, I mean, does it seem like to y'all that the rodeo is just getting bigger and bigger per year?
I think so, yes. It gives them an opportunity to start out young, and then they progress through the years. As they get older, then they can go into the professional ranks and make a name for themselves. But yeah, the youth is just really coming on now. They're getting good horses. They're getting all the things they need to prepare them to be a world champion, hopefully one day.
With what do you get, like, whenever y'all talk to any of these competitors, that are, they're in the bull riding, the saddle bronc, munt busting, everything, what is it that draws them to these sports? I mean, because like I said, like with bull riding and saddle bronc, I mean, you're getting bucked off, they're still attacking you. I mean, you're trying to get out of there pretty quick, and that might be the only time I will actually like a clown. I'm terrified of clowns, but those rodeo clowns, I hope they'll save me in that situation.
Exactly.
But what is it, that one thing about, what is it that draws those people to that type of event?
Well, I think the competition, the thrill of competing, plus now you can make some pretty good money at the rodeos. In the breakaway roping here at the rodeo here at the Creek Nation, they got 56 or 58 girls in the breakaway. Well, they pay a $100 entry fee, and they're adding $5,000, so it's going to pay $2,000, $2,500 to win first.
Wow!
So you do that a little bit along, that kind of gives you a little incentive to want to go and be a participant.
I mean, with all these people, I mean, in these rodeos that are just going like back to back, so chances are, if there's probably a rodeo this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, and then they're going to be down here for the Creek Nation Festival, and possibly the next weekend after that, they're going to another state. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir. That's like Larry was saying. Some of our region people have gone to Canada. They'll make 2 rodeos up there, then they'll come back to the Crow Fair, and they'll participate there, and then they'll wind up in Okmulgee at our rodeo here and make 2 rodeos. I'll go to 5 or 6 rodeos just this weekend, and that carries on just all summer,
At the region rodeo.
Yeah, our region rodeo's on Sunday for our Region 8, so we'll have 2 different rodeos, and the Creek Nation rodeo is Friday and Saturday, and our Region 8 rodeo is on Sunday out here at the complex.
Man, it sounds, even just, I mean, for one thing, you just got to drive, however amount of hours, just to get here for that event. But also, I mean, what y'all do in the background, just getting everything set up. I mean, it just sounds like a bunch of I mean, it's like a bunch of hard work on both sides of the.
It is,
plate,
and getting entered at all the rodeos the way you need to be entered, so you can go to this one and this one and this one on down the line. It's kind of a chore too sometimes.
Wow. I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, just to hear about all these events, and I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, like I said, the rodeo is always a popular thing. I mean, if not one of the most popular things for the Creek Nation Festival. It's always been around. And, you know, another great thing about it is, like, I mean, I'm going to bring up our Mvskoke media staff. A couple of them, they always taking pictures. They're always doing interviews. And I know when we have our awards, some of our guys will win awards because of the pictures that we have from y'all's event. So I know on behalf of them, they're probably saying, they probably want me to tell you thank you. So thank you, everyone, on that one. And but it was always a great thing. I mean, it's always amazing just to watch them in action for, I mean, like I said, for that 8 seconds, you know, for as quick as they can to get off that horse and tie down that calf. So, but we're going to go ahead and get this little bit wrapped up. If y'all want to tell me a little bit more about any contact information, is it too late for these cowboys to sign up?
Entries for the rodeo are already set. That you have to enter 2 weeks in advance.
Okay.
The mutton busters, we can take some mutton busters at the rodeo if you can get there an hour before. See the secretary. We can take the mutton busters. You can possibly get the secretary to get you down for Pee Wee barrels, but in these tour rodeos, it's 2 weeks in advance before you have to enter.
Yeah.
And the thing that we've talked about rodeo, and we've talked about why rodeo. A lot of us played football, a lot of us play softball, but we can rodeo forever.
Mm-hmm.
We can rodeo forever, and that's part of the joy and the love of it. Come out and see T.O. Yazzie, 56 years old, jump in that saddle broncs back and set him, and hopefully win a championship. I think he won this thing last year. 56 years old. It's quite a deal, and I keep telling him that he's not going to be able to do that forever. But
I'm pretty wrong.
but the love of rodeo and participation, the love of the horses and the livestock, it's a way of life that you can.
Admission's free too.
Yeah. All admissions free out there, and so just come in and visit with the Cowboys. They'd be happy to talk with you. And it's like I said, we world champions. We have several world champions out there. Start times. Slack is at 8 o'clock. We have a short slack on Friday morning at 8 o'clock. And what slack is the overflow. We have more cowboys than we can put in a performance. So we have around 80 in a performance, but we've got, I think our last numbers were in the area of 450, 460. So there's going to be a lot of participants there. So we have to have slack on Friday morning, and then again, our largest slack will be on Saturday morning starting at 8 o'clock. The performances start at 6 o'clock in the evening. And we'll go. It can be a little bit warm, but you can find a shade, and you'll see some great competition.
Perfect. Well, Larry, we want to thank you very much for being out here today and being on Mvskoke Radio, giving us a little bit of time, telling us about the rodeo and what's going to be happening. Want to thank all that y'all done and all that y'all continue to do, and we're wishing you all the best of luck, to all the competitors, to the people that are behind the scenes making it go. And we just hope for a great thing out there at the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival. So, again, thank you very much, Larry.
Well, thank you, guys. We appreciate you having us.
We'll take a little quick break, and when we come back, Liz and I will for a community announcement, so stay tuned.
I started doing it when I was 11. I wanted to be just like my big brother. And some of my friends were already doing it. We got hooked fast. I just can't get enough. I'm Jacob, and I'm addicted to playing the drums. There's lots of stuff that makes it cool to be Native. Doing meth isn't one of them. Find something better to do. Check out ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Hear that? That's the sound of hope being killed by meth. Methamphetamine use is causing huge problems in our community. Hear that? That's the sound of something you can do about it. Events like rodeo, res ball, and family time can help keep kids away from meth.
Talk to your kids. Keep our culture alive. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Learn more at ncai.org.
Welcome back. We're going to go straight into community announcements. So, Liz, what do you got going for us?
I'm going to start off with a little Mvskoke Media announcement from the graphic design and printing. We're having kind of like a special thing. It's a 25% off festival orders. You can contact Jennifer Tiroli at 918-732-7640. And it's not just, it's all the Mvskoke Nation departments, but, we have some discounts also if you are a Native citizen.
So for more information, please give us a call. Please give Jennifer a call. She'll be glad to help you out with that.
Yeah, and the festival order deadline is June 17th, coming up quick.
Let's hurry. Next one, Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival T-shirts. They're on sale right now. For more information on that, please contact 918-732-7992.
Okay, and now we have Warriors Honor Women. They are having a June meeting. It says a talking circle. It's Wednesday. It's today. It's today, June 15th, at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is at the Mvskoke Creek Nation Council Chambers. Lunch will be provided. For more information, you can call Monte Randall at 918-549-2806.
Lord Montague, get ready for them calling you.
Right.
So, next one is Mvskoke Creek Nation Community Clinic, offering comprehensive family care, primary medical care, and others. For more information on that, please contact 918-756-5471.
Okay, it looks like the Executive Building is having an open house June 25th. That's during the festival. From 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's located at 1008 Bear Lane at the MCN complex. It's kind of right by all those charter buses and everything. It's going to be following the festival parade. There's going to be door prizes and food, and there's a grand prize of a 32-inch LED TV. And you have the opportunity to meet the principal chief, second chief, the second speaker, and the new royalty.
Yeah. I wonder if employees are exempt from that, because I wouldn't mind going for that TV too. Next one is the Mvskoke Farmers Market, which is going to be June 17th from 11 to 1:30. For more information on that, please contact Terry Anderson at 918-732-7699 or Cassandra Thompson, 918-758-8388.
All right. The Seminole Nation of Oklahoma is having a golf tournament. It's at the Westwood Golf Course. It's July 6th. There's a 72-player limit. You can call the Seminole Nation at 405-257-7272.
For our last one, we're going to go ahead and make this announcement again. Of course, with Mvskoke Radio, we'll be on air next week on Friday instead of Wednesday. So it'll be Friday, June 24th at the same time at 10 a.m. on 1240 The Brew. And following that next week, it'll be back to normal Wednesday format. But for the festival, we're going to do it live on location on June 24th at 10 a.m. at the Mvskoke Creek Nation Claude Cox Omniplex. And that'll do it for announcements. We had a great show today, Liz.
I want
to thank you very much for helping me with the royalty and the rodeo and telling everybody about yourself, too.
All right.
So other than that, we'll go ahead and we're going to let this show come to a close. So again, Gary and Ramona, happy 25 years, and please come back next Friday at 10 a.m. For Mvskoke Radio on 1240 The Brew.
You've been listening to Mvskoke Radio. Join us again next week for more local, tribal, and community news and updates. But